Hello Year 1, happy Friday! It's Mrs. Letherland here and I'm going to introduce you to our 3 new spellings for next week that you should be practicing ready for your spell check next week either in school or at home. So these are our 3 new spellings this week. All tricky words because we can't necessarily sound them out in the usual way that we would. So let's look at the first one, come. Now it sounds like we would spell that k, but like some last week, it looks a little differently to how we would think it would. So we need to remember that it is C-O-M-E. C-O-M-E. So why don't we practice it in a pyramid, just to really practice that come is spelled C-O-M-E. It's one of those words that we just need to remember and practice, practice, practice. So here's a pyramid. You start off by just doing the first letter, then the next 2, then the next 3, and then the whole word. Come, C-O-M-E. Practice that as often as you can. Now the next word is the word said. And the teachers have got a really silly little rhyme that we remember so that we can remember how to spell said. Because again, it sounds like it should be spelt S-E-D. We have to remember S-A-I-D. And this is the way we remember. Silly ants in dresses. You could even draw a silly little ant in a dress. Silly ants in dresses. Have a go at drawing a silly ant in a dress so that you really remember how to spell said. S-A-I-D. The final spelling that you need to practice this week is the word little. A lot of people spell little when they're first learning how to spell it, exactly how it sounds. So it will usually be L-I-T-T-U-L, little, because that's how it sounds. But we need to really remember that that ul sound at the end of little is L-E. So why don't you write the word little, and so that you really remember how to spell that last tricky part of the word, why don't you do it in a different colour? And then do it again with another different colour. Let's have purple this time. Little. Practice it as many times as you can so you really remember that tricky part of the word little. So there's our 3 spellings this week. Come, said, little.